Hi guys, another 3D printed bit for the New Bright C-Ray. This is a tray to put the battery on and the ESC, hopefully using the existing pillars and posts in the hull. Hi guys, I'll do a recap of what's going on here. This was a New Bright C-Ray that I picked up in a charity shop, toy grade, rather nice toy grade, but toy grade. Originally my intention was just to use it as it was. The battery box, or the battery cartridge, was missing, or whatever you want to call it. So I made one. That's 5 nickel metal hydride batteries strapped together in there. So that fits in the battery tray there, and then I added JST connectors so I could connect it in and charge it up as normal. That runs, but the range was pretty poor with the 27 megahertz. I didn't have the original controller, so I was using other controllers that matched, so probably not a fair test of whether it was any good originally, because I didn't have the original controller. But with that battery and the controller I had, it worked okay. But the range was very poor, so I thought the easiest thing to do to improve the range was convert it to hobby grade. So I had to replace the steering because I wanted to use a hobby grade servo. That's the original steering, which with toy grade would just be left or right, no proportional in it, left or right. So replaced it with a servo, hobby grade servo, and that's a Fly Sky receiver. And I 3D printed that little lump there to hold the receiver and to hold the servo, using the same screw holes that that one came with. So should I ever want to, I could return it to normal. It's the original toy grade. Right, that worked all right, using the original motor. But it wasn't very exciting. Plus, one of my friends had given me 2 of these motors. I don't know what they came from, but they're bigger than the motor that was in there. So I 3D printed a mount for it. That's PLA. If that motor gets hot, that mount will go soft, and yeah, we'll probably lose control. But I wanted to make sure I could actually print it. If I want to make it better, I'll have to print it out of something other than PLA. Okay, so that works. Next thing I wanted to do was put a bigger ESC in, because I was using a generic 2S ESC, and that motor can handle more than that. So I bought myself a bigger ESC. Does this one actually tell us what it's supposed to be? It says it's waterproof. Oh, there we are. Brushless DC ESC S10E RTR, whatever that means. But it should handle up to a 3S LiPo. Okay. Oh, it came with the wrong sort of connectors on it. I had to change the connectors. I've temporarily connected the motor up using the chocolate block connectors there. I'll probably solder those directly onto the motor when I'm ready. I'll probably use the existing on-off switch that's already there, so I'll wire it into this switch so we can use that, because that fits nicely through the hull here, through the deck. Next, to put the battery in there, this is the 3S battery that I happen to have laying around. It will fit up that end if I want it to. That probably upset the balance. So what I thought the next thing to do would be to replace the old battery tray, which happens to have the toy grade receiver in there as well, but we don't need to worry about that. So I've taken that off. 3D printed that just as a temporary piece to see if I got the dimensions right, because all of these connections are at different heights and different locations, and that one does fit on there, so I got my measurements right. But then I want something a bit stronger to actually support the motor, the battery, so I've 3D printed this one that will sit down lower. Slide down over that one, sit down there. That will sit down there. With all these gaps here, I should be able to strap the battery on there and the ESC on there, and that should be ready to run. So that's the update as far as we are today. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.